Silence. Do you remember it? The space between thoughts, the pause between heartbeats, the quiet that existed before the world plugged itself into your nervous system. Because now, it's all signal, a never-ending broadcast of crisis, opinion, demand, and drama. Your pocket vibrates with emergencies that aren't yours. Your mind replays conversations that never happened. Your future is hijacked by scenarios of loss and lack. This is the chaos. It's not just outside you. It has been invited in. It has taken a seat at the control panel of your attention. But there is a fire that burns hotter than chaos. There is a discipline older than every algorithm screaming for your soul. It was forged not in peace, but in the frenzy of the Roman Colosseum, in the tumult of royal courts, in the tents of soldiers facing empires. It is the fire of a mind that has found its base camp in the eye of the hurricane. This is not about hiding. This is not about building a wall. This is about undergoing the alchemy that the Stoics called apatheia. Not apathy, but a state of being untroubled by the passions that enslave the unprepared mind. It is the ultimate freedom. For the next hour, you will be given the tools of mental sovereignty. You will learn to build an inner fortress so unassailable that chaos itself becomes the landscape where you find your deepest peace, your sharpest focus, and your most formidable power. You are a mental Spartan, and this is your training ground.
How to Find Calm in Chaos 2026. Introduction: the ancient diagnosis for a modern disease. We begin with a diagnosis. The year is 2026, but the human mind is ancient hardware running devastatingly new software. We are hunter-gatherers in a hyper-connected metropolis. Our brains are wired for immediate physical threats, the rustle in the grass, the snap of a twig. But today, the predators are abstract, endless, and they speak in pings and headlines. They are financial, social, professional, existential, and they never leave. This mismatch is the source of our chronic anxiety. We are in a state of perpetual, low-grade fight or flight, with no lion to fight and no forest to flee into. We are drowning in a sea of unlimited agency and choice, paralyzed by the very freedom we sought. This, the Stoics understood, is the fundamental human predicament. Not the chaos itself, but our relationship to it. 2 millennia ago, Seneca observed Rome, a city of staggering wealth, political violence, and sensory overload. He wrote, "We are mad, not just individually, but nationally. We check manslaughter and isolated murders, but what of war and the much-vaunted crime of slaughtering whole peoples?" He saw the chaos of empire and identified the true enemy, the mind that is externalized, that measures itself by things outside its control, that is tossed and driven by the tempest of its passions. Your life in 2026 is your Rome, your digital forum, your economic arena, your social Colosseum. The goal of Stoicism and of this channel is not to make you a peaceful hermit. It is to make you a functional, formidable, and utterly calm citizen of your own modern Rome. To help you achieve eudaimonia, not happiness as a fleeting feeling, but human flourishing, a life of virtue and purpose, regardless of the external circumstances. This is the promise. Calm is not a lucky break. It is a skill, it is a craft, and it is built on a foundation of 3 unshakable pillars. We will spend the next hour not just understanding them, but learning how to pour them, solid and everlasting, into the bedrock of your character.
Part 1. The Dichotomy of Control, your field manual for reality. Our first pillar is the bedrock. It is the Stoics' primary filter for all of existence, the dichotomy of control. Taught by Epictetus, the philosopher who was born a slave. He knew in his bones what was truly his to command. Some things are within our power, he said, while others are not. Within our power are opinion, motivation, desire, aversion, and, in a word, whatever is of our own doing. Not within our power are our body, our property, reputation, office, and, in a word, whatever is not of our own doing. This seems simple. It is revolutionary. Our suffering, our chaos, our anxiety, at least 90% of it stems from a cognitive error. We are trying to rent space in other people's minds. We are trying to control the uncontrollable. Let's make this brutally practical for 2026. Your inbox is not under your control. The demands, the tone, the urgency of other people's emails are not yours. Your disciplined, scheduled, rational response, that is your sovereign territory. The stock market, the economy, the housing prices are not under your control. Your preparation, your savings rate, your skill acquisition, and your adaptable mindset are. Your past is not under your control. The memory of it, the story you tell about it, the lessons you extract from it, that is your domain. Another person's opinion of you is not under your control. Your integrity, your honesty, your kindness in action, that is your empire. The mental Spartan's first drill is constant categorization. When a wave of chaos hits, a critical comment, a missed promotion, a global scare, you must, in the space of a breath, perform this mental sort. You physically pause and you ask, what is mine here and what is not mine? This is not nihilism, it is the ultimate form of empowerment. You stop playing God with the universe and start playing general with your own resources. You cease the futile effort to calm the storm, and you begin the focused work of calming yourself. And in doing so, you become the calm. This discernment is your anchor. It is what keeps the ship from being dragged onto the rocks of other people's agendas and the shifting winds of fortune.
Part 2. The View from Above and Temporal Distancing. The Architect's Blueprint. With our energy now corralled onto our own domain, we must learn to govern that domain wisely. The second pillar is perspective. The untrained mind is myopic. It sees the splinter in its finger as a stake through the hand. The Stoic trains the mind to see with the eyes of a philosopher, a general, and an astronomer all at once. We practice this through two powerful mental exercises. First, the view from above, premeditatio elevatio. This is not a metaphor, it is a visualization drill. When you feel overwhelmed, close your eyes. Imagine your consciousness lifting from your body. See yourself at your desk, in your car, in the argument. Now rise. See your building, your neighborhood, a patchwork of light and shadow. Rise further. See your city as a mere circuit board, rivers like silver threads. See the continent, the planet, a beautiful, fragile blue marble hanging in the incomprehensible black. From here, look back at your problem. That urgent deadline, that social slight, that financial worry. See it for what it is, a tiny temporary configuration of atoms on a speck in a silent, endless universe. Marcus Aurelius did this to humble his ego and dissolve trivial concerns. He wrote, You can rid yourself of many useless things among those that disturb you, for they lie entirely in your imagination, and how small a part of infinite time it is allotted to each of us, and this vanishes in the eternal. This does not make your life small. It makes your panic about your life seem comically out of proportion. It drains the fever from the moment. You are not a leaf in the storm. You are the consciousness observing the storm from a place of profound cosmic stillness. Second, temporal distancing, longum intervallum. Now, project yourself forward in time. Ask the brutal, clarifying questions. Will this matter in 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, on the last day of my life? The vast majority of our daily crises fail this test instantly. They are gnats, not giants. The argument over who said what in a meeting? Irrelevant in a week. The embarrassment of a minor mistake? Forgotten by others in a month. The obsession with a possession you can't have? Meaningless on your deathbed. What survives this temporal filter? Your character, your courage in adversity, the kindness you showed when it was hard, the truth you spoke when it cost you, the love you built. These are the only things that are time-proof. This exercise forces you to invest your emotional capital where it yields eternal returns, in virtue. Together, these exercises grant you strategic detachment. You are not cold, you are clear. You are engaged but not enmeshed. You have the clarity of the mountain peak with the power to act decisively in the valley.
Part 3. Amor Fati, the alchemy of obstacles. Now we reach the pinnacle, the mindset that does not merely withstand chaos, but transmutes it. This is the doctrine of Amor Fati, the love of fate. It is the unwavering commitment to see everything that happens, especially the painful, difficult, and chaotic, as necessary and beneficial for your development. The Stoics didn't just tolerate obstacles, they welcomed them as training partners. Epictetus, who had his leg broken by a cruel master, said, "Every difficulty in life presents us with an opportunity to turn inward and to invoke our own submerged inner resources. The trials we endure can and should introduce us to our strengths." Marcus Aurelius, amidst plague and war, wrote in his private journal, "A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it. Your job is to become that fire." This is the core of the warrior mindset. The obstacle is not a block, it is the way. Your plan fails? Good. Now you learn adaptability, a skill more valuable than any single plan. You are criticized unfairly? Good. Now your sense of self is tested and can be rooted in internal virtue, not external praise. You face a loss that shatters you? Good. Now you have the raw materials to rebuild yourself stronger, with more compassion, depth, and understanding than ever before. In 2026, we are obsessed with frictionless experiences, but friction is what creates grip. Pressure is what creates diamonds. Chaos is the forge. Amor Fati is the decision to walk willingly into that forge, to allow the heat to burn away your impurities and temper your will into an unbreakable blade. This is not positive thinking, it is strategic thinking. It is recognizing that the most profound growth is never comfortable, and that a life without challenge is a life without the opportunity for true courage, resilience, and wisdom. Your chaos, therefore, is not your enemy. It is your most demanding, most valuable teacher.
Part 4. The Daily Drills, Forging the Unbreakable Mind. Expanded Regimen. Philosophy is for the lecture hall. Wisdom is for the battlefield.
Here is your daily training regimen to make these pillars instinct. 1. The morning priming, premeditatio malorum and intentio. Do not let the world ambush you. Ambush the day. In your morning silence, engage in the premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. Visualize specific challenges, your technology failing before a big presentation, a colleague being difficult, receiving bad news. Don't just see it, feel the initial flare of panic. Then, see yourself applying your tools. Discern control. Take the view from above. Embrace the obstacle as training. You are rehearsing excellence. Then, set your intentio, your intention. Not an outcome, get the promotion, but a virtue to embody today. Today, I will act with courage in difficult conversations. Today, I will practice discipline with my time. This sets your internal compass. 2. The triggers and the pause, momentum interruptus. Identify your personal chaos triggers. Is it a certain person's name in your inbox? The sound of a particular news alert? The feeling of being rushed? For each trigger, install a mental tripwire. The moment it's pulled, you initiate the pause of the pro. One deep diaphragmatic breath. In that space, ask your triage questions. What is mine? What is not? What would my best self do next? This micro-habit is the keystone of self-mastery. 4. The evening audit, examen rigorosum. Your day is your lab, the night is your analysis. Journal with ruthless, loving honesty. Not a diary of feelings, but a tactical report. Event. Received harsh public feedback on my project. My initial reaction, the animal, shame, anger, defensiveness. The Stoic assessment. Their opinion, not mine. My effort and integrity, mine. My opportunity to learn and improve, mine. What I did well? I did not reply in anger. I took an hour to process. Where I can fortify, I can work on detaching my self-worth from single outcomes. I can ask for clarifying questions tomorrow with calm curiosity. Lesson forged, criticism is data, not destiny. This practice closes the loop. It turns experience into embodied wisdom. 4. The weekly challenge, obstaculum voluntarius. Once a week, voluntarily introduce a small dose of beneficial chaos. A cold shower, a fasting period, a difficult conversation you've been avoiding, a digital Sabbath. This is your controlled stress test. It is you saying to your comfort zone, "You do not own me." It builds your anti-fragility muscle, making you stronger in the face of involuntary chaos.
Conclusion. The sovereign in the storm. We have mapped the territory, from the unshakable ground of the dichotomy to the vast horizons of perspective, through the transformative fires of Amor Fati, down to the daily drills that make this knowledge bone deep. The chaos of 2026 is not your curse, it is your context. It is the very condition required for the emergence of a mental Spartan. A calm mind is not a gift you find, it is a masterpiece you sculpt with the tools of discipline on the raw material of your daily life. You will no longer pray for an easy life. You will develop the strength to live a meaningful one.
You will not beg for the storm to pass. You will learn to stand, centered and unwavering, in the torrential wind and rain, and you will find within it a silence more profound than any you have ever known. This is the path. It is ancient, it is tested, it is unforgiving, and it is the only path to true freedom. The world will continue to spin in its frenzy, but you will have found your axis. You will be the calm. You will be the clarity. You will be the command. Now go and build your citadel. Train your mind, conquer yourself.